Hey everybody, welcome to the inaugural episode of the Mongcast, a podcast with me and some people from college, and they're all trying to make me laugh right now, so I suppose we can just get into the introductions.
You crying, man?
Yeah.
You okay, bud? You okay, buddy?
You've been nervous.
Ever milk?
I'll start with just go like clockwise around.
All right,
Intro yourself.
So, hello. My name is...
Use your actual voice, you dickhead.
My name is Alex. I'm 18. I live in the middle of nowhere. Gang shit, you know.
You do live in the moment.
Yeah.
I guess I'm now. Hola, my name is Oisin. Dois? Dois? Hello. My name is Oisin. I live here. And I live in Dundalk County Loud. And I am 19. And I go to college with these fucking dickheads.
Cheers, bro. It's a good segue.
Thanks, man.
That's
Thanks.
a good segue
Appreciate
to me.
And now...
We have the main man. You know what it is.
You know who it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Stephen. I live in Wicklow. And I'm 19 as well. And yeah. I think I'm the oldest.
Are you the oldest?
I think I am.
Doesn't matter.
I think I'm the
he's
leader.
It goes...
around that.
You're both in
I
February.
think I matter the most
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
team composition.
What month are you born in?
Absolutely no
team
problem.
I think those two are in February and we're in March.
So Stephen
Yes.
is technically
Give us
the
a little
oldest.
fist bump, bro.
February gang out here,
You know
bro.
what it is, bro.
But you're younger.
Me personally, I'm pretty sure you already know who I am, but I'm Harry. My name's Harry Cleary. I live in Monaghan, which
Oh,
is
yeah, I
the
forgot.
furthest away from anybody. It's like
It's a bush.
literally
It's
when,
literally
when
a
Alex
a
says the
field.
middle of nowhere, I am actually the middle of nowhere.
See, Harry talks about this place called Colonus, and like it seems like fucking Ecuador or something. Like it seems
Yeah.
like in another country.
It's like
It's like I
unbelievably
think I
bad.
like it's just people doing mad things. And
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's just gang shit, you know? It is.
Before,
it's just some fellowship.
before we start, I'd like to thank Oisin and his family for great.
Also, your mum. Your mum's a
Yeah,
G.
water.
Thank you for the water.
Yeah,
What are you
exactly.
talking about
That's
my
what I'm
mum
trying to
Yeah,
say.
your mom
Bro,
is.
it's
Sorry?
just the water. Bro.
Your mom is a G. This water's
Yeah,
tasty.
shit. This is
Well, his water is tasty. No, so this podcast we just kind of format where we are and why we all came together. I guess like we're in a film called. We're all from different parts of the country, but like we wanted to do. We wanted to do.
Alex is recording.
Alex is recording. Sorry. We wanted to do like a podcast because we all came to Dundalk for a film course in DKIT. I live here in Dundalk, and I met all these Mongs, and we were like just sitting in Costa, my place of work.
Oh,
And
did you let them know how we actually met?
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
good- that's
we-
good. 'Cause
it's
it
been
was
a month
me and
of-
you
it's been
to
a month
start
of-
yeah,
off.
we
Yeah.
like hold on. I guess you tell the story for the
All right, so we were in like this theater, I guess. Yeah, so we were in like what was it called? The McCann?
The McCann.
Yeah,
The
McCann
McCann
Theatre.
Theatre.
But that guy
Anyway, that
took
doesn't
off
matter.
his shoes.
Basically, no, that wasn't it. It was before the guy took off
Later
his
on.
shoes.
Oh, you guys met
We'll get
like
to the
this.
sh- yeah, we'll
Date?
get- we'll get to the- we'll get to
blood.
the sh-
These
we were
guys
at
are the
some theater,
OGs,
yeah.
bro.
We were- yeah.
OGs.
I didn't actually think about that, but we kind of are. Anyway, yeah, so we were sitting down to get this like formal introduction, like what the course is, and
Yeah.
meeting everyone. And of course, I'm in the like dead center of the fucking thing, right? And then to my left is you. To my right is some weird
Someone you
guy.
don't want
Yeah,
to talk
someone
to.
I did not feel comfortable.
someone you're like,
around.
okay, you gotta weed out the weirdos.
Yeah, man. He looked like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say. It wasn't good. But anyway, I saw you, and I just went. We went up to leave.
And you
go.
fell in love.
Yeah, I just saw you. I saw your long hair.
I love
used to have.
luscious hair.
And I was like, hey, I gotta make my no. And no, well, actually,
Like, that
I'm-
looks from a girl from behind.
yeah, but I thought you were a cute girl. No.
Oh, yeah. Disclaimer. Oisin used to have very long hair. He used to
Well,
look like
you
John
can't,
Lennon.
you can't see me right now because it's obviously audio, but like I have short hair now.
It's
but,
Chad
like,
Oisin. It's Chad Oisin versus Beta Oisin.
at the beginning of the school year, I had like
He
long,
looked like John Lennon.
You were John Lennon.
John
yeah.
Lennon, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we stood up. We were gonna leave to go to somewhere for like lunch or something. And I went up to Ush and I said, "Hey man, you in the film course?" He's like, "Yeah, bro."
Hey man, your ass looks great.
I hit you up with like a fucking chat up line or something. But
handshake
and
was
then,
firm, I can say that
it was
much.
a good handshake. We didn't fuck it up. Yeah, it was good. So
was like
right then I
firm,
knew.
firm.
I
I like the
okay.
cut of your jib.
But the thing, is, we kept on forgetting our names.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh shit, what's your name again?" You're like, "Oisin." You're like, "What's yours?" Like, "I'm Steven." You're like,
That happened to fall like
All right,
f-
and
like
you-
4 more
you
times.
kept on, yeah, legit. Like for the next 5 minutes, it happened 4 more times. But then you kept on asking, like, "Do you prefer Steve-O?" And now you're
Steve
Steve
Areno.
Steve
Areno.
Steve Areno is the good one.
Yeah,
Because I
Imagine.
know a Steven from town, and like we don't call him Steve, we call him Maka. So because he's like
Haka.
Stephen McEnany is his
Come
name.
take.
So like he's like we call him Maka, so I don't really know what to call. Steve's a bit of a conundrum now, like because I don't know.
Some people say Steve, but I don't like that.
Steve.
That's like a Wicklow thing.
Why
A
do you
Wicklow
Steve?
thing. Out here-
Steve.
I
It's weird.
genuinely couldn't comprehend calling someone Steve.
No,
It's
no,
like,
it's the weirdest thing.
All right, so
I don't mind
then
it though.
So then we met these assholes.
yeah, so we saw Alex sitting down in a Starbucks, and we were like, "Hey, let's."
I was just
Let's-
chilling, like
yeah,
vibing on my
we're
own, you know.
vibing.
yeah.
Kind of nervous to talk to anybody.
And at this point, my own story is going on.
Oh
Let you
no!
guys
Oh,
finish.
yeah,
He was having his own
Alright, so,
meanwhile,
yeah,
like,
let's say what
alternate
happened
reality
next, and then
thing.
we'll get to Harry. So what happened next was me, and Oisin sit down beside Alex, who's just vibing on his own. It was kind of awkward, but it was fine. And then out of nowhere, Harry
lands
comes
in.
No, let me tell. Harry comes over like the cutest child ever. He's like, he comes over like holding his little notebook and like his notepad and like holding
Junior.
himself. He was like a scared child who lost his mom, and he came over and he was like, "Is anyone sitting there?
Can I sit here,
Can I
please?"
sit? Is anyone using
I
that
was
chair?"
so terrified. It was like I am not good with approaching strangers.
See,
like,
this is big boy
straight up.
land now, and
Yeah.
you gotta like.
Tell how like you're from your side. Your
Yeah.
side.
Okay. Right. So
This is brilliant.
I want to make it known that I've actually just a memory has occurred to me that
Bit
I
into
actually.
my brother.
Huh?
Speak into your mic.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I want it to be known that it's a memory that actually just occurred to me when you were telling that story. I actually seen Oisin come into the McCann Theatre. So I seen Oisin come up, and I remembered him because I was like,
I'm a
this-
noticeable guy.
John
and
Lennon looking
yeah,
nice.
exactly.
Bitch.
Exactly. I genuinely was like, that guy looks like John Lennon.
Okay.
And not even trying to be
Alright.
mean
Just
or anything.
straight up.
then.
Okay, so after that, we were like sent to like our main building, which is the PJ Carroll's building in Dundalk, and we were sitting in Starbucks. And I actually approached a different guy. I approached this Asian guy who wasn't even on our course. And I was like,
did you ever find out his name?
no.
And
I can't
we
even
will
remember.
not theorize
Yeah,
his name
we will never.
at all here.
I wasn't about
Afraid
to.
of being racist or something. No, but I was like, oh, yo, can I sit beside you? And he goes, yeah, sure. And I was like, okay, I'm going to be back in a second. I'm going to get a drink because I was really thirsty. So I walked up to the Starbucks, queued up, got my drink, paid for it, and came back. That man had sketched. He was gone.
He just
So
like wasn't about
I
that life.
turned on my heel and I seen the spot beside you guys and I was like, psyching my stuff in my head. He's like, you have to do this. Walk up and ask. You have to do
A
this.
small
I
Asian
was
man is a lot different than three other guys.
very mean looking.
Could you imagine just like Harry? Oh, that kid's ever just walking around like DKID, just
Where
like.
did my big friend
there was
Harry go?
Wait,
my teddy
did you tell him your name?
No, I didn't tell him my name.
Oh,
No, we didn't.
so he was
do
like,
it,
stranger from
Like,
Starbucks.
it could end up so differently. Like I could have sat beside him, somebody could have sat beside you, and then
Imagine if
Just
you were
would not be
friends
happening.
with.
Oh no, I think everyone here is an integral part to like why
yeah,
the podcast did
Yeah,
start
definitely.
because we like we the creation of this we do have topics to talk about by the way, but like
Yeah, we do. We're not just
we
mumbling.
went to I can't speak. We went to
Costa, man.
where are
We do
Costa-
be woo woo.
we went to Costa in the
it's like that meme of the kid where he's like, and you
Yeah,
wish
you
could,
would- did you ever have a dream where
you
you
could you
and
could.
you were you do no listen we went to Costa where I work and I was my day off so I was just chilling there and I got them free coffee and
Thank you.
and I sat there and I realized how much like fun we were having just
Yeah.
absolutely
I remember literally
I
like.
think the realization came whenever we looked at the time and we realized we'd just been talking to each other
Yeah.
like
solidly.
an hour and a half.
No,
No,
it
it's
was
like
2
two-
hours.
2
It was
hours?
2 hours
Show.
solid.
Jesus
And we were like,
Christ.
how did we do this? And then I can't remember who it was. Somebody said we need to do a podcast. Like
I know.
we need to capitalize.
I think
on this.
I said it jokingly.
No, I said I've always wanted to do a podcast.
And then we all looked at you, we're like,
said,
Why don't we?
Yeah.
Why don't we?
yeah, why don't we? And then we kind of like click, and we just ideas started coming like left,
Yeah,
right.
it was
and
like
center.
bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang.
Yeah, it was
Gang
oh.
shit, you know how we do.
And Alex contributed nothing.
Alex just sat there. And
I drive. So
Yeah.
if I didn't drive, we wouldn't have even
Alex-
went to
Alex-
Costa.
to be fair,
Alex
to
is
be
our,
fair.
Alex is our chauffeur.
All right,
Yeah.
just straight up, what would you rate my driving out of 10?
Out of 10, I honestly, I'm gonna be.
I'd
Like,
very high.
It was gonna be a 10 until today when you stalled that little bit. So I
I do not stall at all.
just
Or
for
not
context.
stall, but you know what I mean.
I grinded. I grinded.
grinded the wheels.
So
So
9.
you're gonna lose a point for that. I'm gonna give you 9.
I'm gonna give you a 9.37.
Oh, we doing decimal points? And decimal points? I'm gonna go 9.5.
I'm gonna give you 4 rubles out of 5.
Nobody understands that joke,
Nobody
and you
will
probably
not.
won't.
It's a currency. You don't have to understand.
Dude, that looks so
Speaking
sick on
of,
that.
Speaking of Alex's car.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is...
Oh no,
Um,
that. Oh,
You
yeah.
mom.
Me and Alex have a very, very love-hate relationship.
No, you and Vanessa.
Vanessa's
Vanessa's
the name of
car.
Alex's
We're not
car.
Alex
abusing
doesn't
the
give
car.
a shit.
We have
The
a
problem
very
is with you and the car.
very love-hate relationship. So it all started whenever we were finishing. I think it was Freshers Week. It was Freshers Week. We were getting ready to leave college, and Alex had parked in like a tight enough spot between two cars. And I went to get in, and I opened the car.
Wait,
door.
which time are you talking about? The first time or the second time where you...
the second time's honestly a better story, but the first time is where everything started.
Oh,
So-
no, the first one was class. Bro.
Oh my God.
So
That was wild.
Alex is in this tight spot between two cars, and honestly, my better judgment would have said, "Can you pull out and let me get in?" Because if you haven't seen me before, I'm not a small individual.
Follow Harry on his Insta. You'll see.
Yeah, you'll see what's up. You'll see what's up.
You'll see how
So
we
I
do.
opened the door, and despite what everybody will tell you, I intentionally meant to actually. Well, hit is a very strong word.
He clinked the other car.
Clinked is also a very
broke a
strong
mirror,
word.
Harry.
I opened. I opened the car door very slowly so I could have the maximum space, and it like touched the car door. Alex freaked the fuck out. And
I
I was
did-
like,
nah.
"Chill out, bro."
It was like, bing! I was like, yeah.
I was like, yeah.
It's like the first time Chop was getting in my car, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I know.
And then okay, so I turned around. I closed the door and turned around, and my fat ass hit the wing mirror of the car beside us and took the whole plastic cover clean off the way. Like you could see the wires, the circuitry of the wing mirror. I was like,
Straight up,
I
just
kinda,
put it
was
back on,
literally-
get
There
in
was
the car
literally
and
like this moment where everything slowed down. Me and Alex just looked at each other, and I was like,
I was
"Do
in
we
the
just
back.
run, or do I?"
Remember, I was in the back. Were you there, Oisin?
I actually wasn't here for this one.
What?
I think I was working.
You were there for the second one, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
second one.
couldn't miss the second
but
one.
I was in the back, and I remember I went to Alex like, "Oh, what are the odds he breaks it?" Because we actually thought he did.
Yeah,
and then
literally.
he turned around, and there was just no mirror.
And he like picked it up from the ground and he like looked at me, he was like, fuck. And he had that moment of like,
No, we
Do
actually
we run?
thought-
Do
we
we
thought-
sketch? I was like, "Go, Alex! Go! 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 Go!"
We actually remember we thought he broke your
Yeah.
mirror, but
I
then
was like-
it was even worse. He broke some L1's fucking car.
Yeah.
I don't
window.
understand how like breaking someone else's mirror is worse. Fuck that other person.
yeah, but
Yeah,
they're,
I'm kind of a
they
person
they
that'd
just
be
kind of,
like, oh,
they were just chilling. They
So-
they parked in their spot, and next thing you know, just Harry just fucking
Fat ass
yeets
Harry
the
just-
mirror
But like,
off.
if he
Mirror
broke
off.
your wing mirror, like would your relationship be the same?
Well, I mean, he broke my fucking
continue this
wiper,
conversation.
so-
Okay,
we
so-
will get to
So
that.
story number two.
So right. So what happened at the end of that is I picked up the cover. I had a moment where I was like, "Okay, do we sketch and just leave this here?" And I actually had the good grace to actually attempt to put it back on, and sure enough, it just clicked back on, and everything was fine.
Class.
And we sketched out of there pretty quick.
Good.
But the second time we were getting in, and it was a very, very similar situation, and I was like, "Okay, Alex, pull out," and I was just like, "Okay."
All right,
Um,
so right.
We're all out of the car, and it's in tight space, almost to the point where none of us can get really into
Yeah.
the car.
And I asked Alex, "Can you?" Sorry, I asked Alex, "Can you bring the car out of the spot, and then we can all get into it?" And Alex said, "Okay." So he pulls out, and he does the very, very funny thing of accelerating ahead of us whenever.
Yeah, see, what I was doing,
So what I do, so what Alex was doing, Alex.
I was going to like the disabled parking. This
Yeah.
is where there's a big gap, and I was just gonna like chill there,
Okay.
As
And-
you do.
as
What
you do,
what
because
thought-
I didn't want to
thought-
stop in the middle of the freaking
Yeah,
road.
what we
you
thought
idiot.
he was doing was gunning on ahead as a
Really?
joke. So what I did is I started running after him.
No,
And I mean,
you like
No, chap,
full on
you-
sprint.
Yeah,
Took
no,
off
I mean, like,
Usain Bolt.
I gave
100
it
meter dash.
edge.
I've
Like,
never seen
I
a
don't
man
know.
run so fast in my life, and I was like, "Bro, where did this come from?"
Yeah, I just gunned after Alex in the car, and then one of you said to me, "He's gonna stop, idiot." And I
gonna
was like,
stop.
and
Yeah,
as
I
I
screamed.
realized that, you braked.
It wasn't even that sudden
And
either.
we're
it's
about
not really
five-
that sudden,
you
but
were-
there's the problem is Harry is like the juggernaut, where once you get him running, he literally can't stop running until he's stopped by something else. So he just got to the point where this car stopped, and he was like, "Oh well," and
I just
went
went bang
forward.
into the back of the car, bang right into the back of the
Yeah,
car.
but the thing is,
And
you
like-
were
like,
like
it was
4 to 5 meters.
Yeah,
behind
literally.
you.
Yeah, I just, the
When it
momentum,
stopped,
the
so
momentum
you
carried
had,
me forward. Like it's like
solid 3 seconds
If you
to
drive a
stop
car real
yourself.
fast and you try to brake it and you brake the car is going to like skid a bit before it stops. It
just didn't
So I
skid
tried
at all.
to stop.
No, it just stopped.
Oh, you tried to
Yeah,
skid.
yeah. And
I just heard you were like,
I attempted to stop, and like my legs stopped moving, but I continued to move on the tarmac, and
His top half's like,
I hit the back, and I put my hands up to like where my tits are,
Boobies.
And like to stop myself from like hitting the car full on, and it actually probably would have worked out fine if I hadn't have done that, because my hands happened to be coincidentally at the exact same level as Alex's back windscreen.
Yeah, so at the
which I obliterated.
when
to
it
pieces.
happened, it wasn't like it didn't fall off or anything. So I was like, it's chilled. I checked to see if you like dented the guard. There wasn't. Then I was driving home from the gym, and it was like, I was like, why is like half of it not wiping? So I like got out of my car, looked at the thing, and just I like pulled it out, pulled it out, and it just like the wiper just fell to the ground. I was like,
Right.
When he texted me that, I mean, like when you texted me that had happened,
You were
I
so scared.
yeah.
shit myself.
I was like,
Harry.
Harry.
I was like, bro, I'm unemployed. I have no money.
You offered to pay though.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did offer to
that's-
pay. Even though I had no money, I still offered to
I
pay.
feel
for it.
I feel
That
like
was
if you
nice, yeah.
didn't offer to pay, it'd be
Oh,
kind of different.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
if the way you're like, oh, I'll pay, and I was like, nah, it's fine. It was my fault as well. But if you're like, yeah, it was your fault, I would have been like, bro, like, give me money.
But you've been like semi-seriously asking him to pay for petrol money for the past
That's
like,
just
year.
kind of it's kind of just
That's
turned
a
into a
joke.
meme, you know.
To be fair, I'll have it known that I have actually given Alex some modicum of petrol money.
That
I paid him a
is-
$5 to bring me to Lidl to get alcohol for our pre-drinks. One time.
That's a lie.
If no, in
It's
fairness,
not. It's actually not a lie.
straight up lie. No, but if you offer to give me petrol money, I don't even think I'd take it. Well, if it was €5, I'd be like, bro, like
Yeah. Like,
€5 won't like
Some of
get
us-
me to Ballyscamp.
Some of us in this
Cheers, I'll
group
buy my
are way
Lamborghini.
some of us in this group are way nicer than other people in this group.
Why are you looking at me?
you're gonna find that out as
Yes.
we go along.
I think we all pretty chill.
Right.
I think we're all
So
pretty
I think
dickheads.
Steven's just a dickhead. No, I'm kidding.
a little bit. He is a little bit.
Nah, he's not. He's
Right. So,
No.
how would you like to explain what we'll be doing in this podcast show type thing every week?
Well,
Sure
I
thing.
believe you're referring to the test we did.
Well, I mean, yeah. So it's the we plan on having a semi structure to
Yeah.
these podcasts.
Just so we're not like rambling.
so
like,
we're not rambling on. We're not even gonna like announce it a lot of the time. But we're just planning on doing. We have one main arbiter for the podcast, trying to keep the kind of thing in.
and it's gonna rotate
It's gonna rotate every
week on week. It's
every
me.
week.
It's supposed to be me this week, even though Oisin is really taking this on, which is awesome because he's actually really good at it.
Sorry.
a lot better than me.
we're all just out here, just
We're all just
trying
vibing.
to live our best
We're all
life.
just
You know?
vibing
We're
right
just
now, you
vibing.
know.
You
That's such a thing. Just vibing. Out here vibing.
Yeah, so we have sort of a semi structure where people have been assigned like sort of topics to talk about to
Assigned.
bring something to the table.
Yeah.
It's sort of kind of similar to if anybody's watched Brendan O'Connor's Cutting Edge. None of these guys have, obviously.
Cheers.
Where basically
Thanks
it's
for that.
like if you've watched that show, he has a thing called the
I actually
Sab,
have seen that.
where his
I
contestants
haven't seen it.
bring something that they want to talk about on. But ours is specifically themed. So, for example, hands up if you're the movie guy. I don't remember who's the movie guy. Steven's the movie guy. Then there's a video, which is me, I think.
So
Oh no,
if you
I'm
didn't
freeform.
You're freeform. There's there's a guy. I'm the news guy.
Yeah, Oisin brings
So
up.
like
I'll
I'll bring up a general like topic about the
Fucking
news,
nerd.
which is kind of
current affairs. Current affairs.
There's
is the correct term.
my current affair this week is pretty current, and it's pretty important to
Great,
Ireland
great,
right now.
can't wait.
And
I'm the
and
quizmaster.
Alex is the quizmaster. So he's gonna just ask us questions.
So yeah, this week, this podcast, we decided to do who's the mongiest mong.
yeah, it's actually super dope. So we went onto this website called 123test.com and we took a very basic IQ test. I mean, it's not exactly massively accurate.
It was
No.
it was
I feel
easy.
like
There
it
was
was-
literally
we all
only,
find
like,
it. We all
five
find it
questions.
relatively easy, but I feel like you find an IQ test relatively easy if you're just not a
I mean,
brainlet.
I don't know. I feel, but
But
like
it wasn't a proper one.
Me-
I don't
I
think.
mean, it's obviously we don't
There's
have
only
the
one
like
part of the
me and
we're-
Steven feel like that we're all gonna have like very
very
similar
similar.
results.
But the thing is, we don't know each other's scores, so we all have
think
this
I got
score.
the last
So
one
basically, what
wrong.
happens is you do this IQ test.
I think
and
I
it's,
guessed it.
It's called the Culture Fair IQ test. You guys can go look it up.
I'll bring it up on screen.
Hey, if
and,
one person has a lower result than full, I'm slapping you.
So it gives you a range. So it
Alex
gives
is
you like
panicking.
a range, a
What about
sector.
20 guys? I
Like
feel
it gives
scared.
you like for example 90 to 100.
You've hired
And then what we did then is we took that range and we got the halfway point. So for example, if you had 90 to
I think
100
it's
as your
halfway
range,
point.
you would take 95 because it's halfway between.
But you see,
90
I
and
don't
halfway
think they were
point.
like an IQ because it's like shape. Yeah, like that. Well, you can't say
Was
it.
this
lol.
it? No,
but it's
I
like
don't think
shapes.
that's it.
No, no,
That's not it. It was
not
1,
it.
2, 3 test. But there's like that one there, or potato. It was like just loads of shapes, and you know what?
Yeah,
I
that-
didn't
but
really like it, I'm not
IQ
gonna
tests,
lie, it
IQ
was kinda
tests, like they're redeveloping them anyway. So I guess we should just jump straight in and give the
Alex
scores that we
definitely
got.
this wrong.
Also,
He's
it's kinda
so mad.
It's kind of sad I'm the only one who can hear this because like if I like go close to the mic and just like whisper, I'm the only one who can hear it.
Yeah, I can't hear that at all.
Um,
It's so sad, bro.
So we'll start with, we'll go counterclockwise, or not counterclockwise, clockwise again, and start with, we're just going to give our scores and then we're going to talk about it. So, have you calculated your score?
I just need to get the middle one.
The median?
So, yeah.
I said you do in school, bro?
I said the median, and then Oisin was like, what the fuck's a median?
I forgot what it was, and then sorry. To be fair, I'm talking out of my ass, but
it's because I have the rhyme that my maths teacher taught me in secondary school. It's, hey diddle diddle,
go on,
hey diddle diddle. The median's the middle. You add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one that appears the most, and the range is the difference between.
Oh, well done, Junior. Yeah.
Ordinary level maths, bitch.
Ooh, same.
I think I might be the mongiest Mong because I can't even find the midpoint. I'm like struggling right now.
So, you don't need to give me the exact range, but tell me like what's the difference between the two numbers?
16.
16. So then you add 8 to the lowest number.
Yeah,
so the first one you add 8.
Oh, do we?
We all have the same.
Hey! Oh, I'm probably right.
Unless 16
unless
is...
Unless it just gives you a range of 16.
Let's do the range.
I think we should just do the
Mine
range.
was 16 as well. I'll have it put it out there. Mine was 16 as well. So have you calculated? So you add 8 to the lowest number.
Are we doing the range?
Maybe
all the range?
Maybe all the ranges were 16. Okay, so
no, just add 8
it probably gives you a range of 16, but just with different figures. So
I don't want to go first. No, you go first because I might have to lose it.
I have my number now.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No, we're doing clockwise.
Just clockwise, bro. Let's go.
So I got 125.
Okay.
125 to... Did it have like a 125 to... Whatever?
Oh no, that's my middle.
It's your middle.
Okay.
Mine was 117 to 133.
Okay. So, Oisin?
My median was... Oh shit, well, I'm forgetting it now. Yeah, no, my median was 141.
Cool. I'm just gonna go leave.
There's like 2 other guys. You could be like...
Really?
Yeah.
Your median was...
You could be second best.
I should probably said this beforehand, but the average is between 90 and 110.
Yeah.
Yes!
So we're all fucking geniuses.
Above 120 is considered like an elite level of intelligence.
Go.
We're brothers,
bitch.
Bro. 141 as well.
My G.
Hey.
Right.
What did you get, Harry?
123 was my median. My range was
123. Hey!
Wait, who's the Mong?
Me.
Junior.
And you know the worst thing? I know the worst thing because I seen that the range was 90 to 110 was the average range, and I said that 120 was sort of an elite level of intelligence. So I was like quietly confident that I would have the highest, and you come out of the gate with a 141.
Wait, no, I feel like we should do a different way of finding
it goes. I got my score because I feel like we aced it. Me and Steven, like maybe.
I think that.
I know there was definitely one or two I guessed.
I only struggled on. I struggled on 2 of them.
Like, oh, sorry, 2. Yes.
Hey, you're a nerd.
Thank you, bro.
So are you, bro.
I mean, we're all in a film course.
Here,
dude.
This means I'm better than you at everything.
This just means
it goes. You're like 133 to like 149 or even higher is what it says on the thing. But then that being said, there's 8 like little puzzles, or little pattern questions.
It does. To be fair, the site does say when you finish the test that this is like just a basic range. To get a proper IQ, you can actually do a more detailed one, which we might do for next week. Does that sound good?
I don't know. I think
we should do a different quiz.
I
want to do a more juicy quiz.
I wonder what Hogwarts house you are.
I already
Ravenclaw.
So we all agree Harry's a retard.
Yes.
Oh, I think so.
You're the mongiest Mong.
Wait, is that not? That's not PC.
That's not PC.
I'm so relieved.
Sorry.
I'm not
sorry,
Alex.
Mom.
You got like 124. You're like.
I got 125, bro.
Oh, you're like. I actually that would actually.
No, it wasn't. I got
was like,
that
would
actually.
Bro,
that would
the
actually
course is
probably fall in line.
301. How did you finesse into the course?
That would actually probably fall in line with how I would view myself among.
Sorry, what?
Because like I wouldn't consider myself a particularly intelligent person.
I'm pretty dumb.
Specific areas of intelligence like video editing or Photoshop.
We've all gathered that I'm pretty slow.
Oh, listen, no, that's not true.
That's
I
not
mean,
true.
at dancing, you're
Hey man, you're making me blood.
You're a great dancer, Alex.
It's like judging a fish.
You're a pretty guy.
Yeah.
It's like judging a fish. By
You'll
its
do
ability
well
to
in
climb a
Hollywood.
tree.
Yeah, man.
That's all that matters, guys.
So yeah.
So we just go.
I say next
Alex,
week.
you want to throw out a question?
I say next week we
do the
fun
beat.
one.
The BDSM test.
Yeah. How do we do that now?
No,
We have
no,
time.
no.
We're not doing the BDSM test.
Just wanted to let you guys know that we're halfway through. We're gonna do it next week.
All right.
25
Well, we have more time than that.
We could be
fine,
quarter
we
way
can just
through.
go,
We
right.
could be.
Okay, so
Eighth way
Alex,
through.
you're the quiz master for today. Do you want to throw a question out to us and we'll answer it?
I thought we were taught that was what the quiz
You know,
was.
I didn't
Oh,
prepare
was,
for
okay,
that.
okay, right. I obviously
So he
didn't
is the
listen
Mong.
properly.
He is.
Okay, so we found out that I'm the Mongiest Mong in the group, which makes sense considering I introduced them all to the word Mong.
Well, see, explain what it is. People are like, what?
Okay, so
What is a
Mong
Mong?
can mean two things. It can mean something really, really bad and offensive about a handicapped person.
Yeah.
However, it can also mean like just a fool, like an
Yeah,
idiot.
and that's what it is.
And that's what
That
we're
is
referring
what
it to
it
as.
is, yeah.
So
Like a
if
big
you guys,
dummy dum-dum.
if you guys
Small
know
brain.
the word
Your brain is
Mong is
small.
something that's being really offensive, we're not trying to cause offense with the name.
Yeah.
It's just something we colloquially use to refer to ourselves as idiots or fools.
Yeah, we didn't even know it.
Yeah, we
meant
looked it
that.
up and
Yeah,
it was
we
like a
actually looked
handicap.
up,
or something.
I
Like,
looked it up in the
fool,
Urban Dictionary in work, and it was quite funny. Look it up in the Urban Dictionary there.
yeah,
I-
actually,
I-
pull it up on the Urban
This is
Dictionary.
kinda funny.
Just Mong.
Yeah.
Yeah, just straight up Mong. Straight up Mong, bro.
Grab it in the Urban Dictionary there.
Oh,
Oh my
wait,
god!
what
I just
did
seen the
that just
first
say?
line.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll read it out. Okay.
No, I don't really want to say
Okay,
this.
I'll read it. I'll read it
No,
out.
I love the.
Okay, right. So
No,
Okay,
read the sentence.
Oh,
Read the sentence.
no.
Read the sentence. It's funny.
Okay, right. So I'll read it. Okay, so on Urban
This is
Dictionary-
not what it means.
Yeah, this is not what
No.
we're referring to. Bear in mind, this definition was posted in 2003, which is actually crazy.
Jesus.
I
was 2 years
Times have
old.
changed since
Yeah.
2003.
Okay,
Like
so
that
this is what the official definition on the internet of Mong is. It's not the definition we're referring to. It's adjective, lacking in physical and cerebral ability, general retardation, generally a total spastic. And the quote on how you use the word is, "No, I don't need you to help me with my supermarket trolley, you fucking Mong."
See, that sounds
See,
fine. The sentence sounds
The
like as
sentence
if
used-
we'd
the-
say
the
it,
sentence
Yeah.
used
but
is
like
the
that's
exact
not
same.
the
The
definition.
See,
definition
it's
of
weird because it's not the same thing.
get
Get a Mong mug for your brother Vic.
Oh, so it's like you
Vivic?
can put your
put the
favorite Urban
word-
Dictionary
word.
word. Like you could put all the dirty sex shit. From
Oh, I
Urban
wish
Dictionary.
we all had headphones.
That's like the biggest virgin
I
thing I've
actually
ever
have
seen
put a
in my
few
life.
definitions
What?
on the Urban Dictionary in my day.
I have as well.
Yeah. But yeah. So that's interesting. So you just no, we're not trying to be offensive. It's
Yeah,
just,
we're not
just a
trying to be
word
offensive.
That we use.
If we say something on the podcast as well that causes offense, we're incredibly sorry. We're not out here trying to like target a specific group of people.
Alright,
and be really mean.
Oisin, my brain is kind of going 90. What is this thing you're about to talk to us about? You said it's like very topical.
Okay, yeah, I have a fair idea. I have a fair
right.
idea.
I'm the news guy this week, and it's
Hi.
obviously it's going
Nerd.
to rotate. So what I kind of pull from is just the kind of general news this week, the big kind of story, and I don't know about other stories.
Oh yes, I
There's
know about this. I
obviously-
was actually talking to my
Yeah,
mom
there's
about
there's
this.
I don't
there's,
know
there's
this.
also there's obviously the stuff in America and all that kind of stuff, but there's
There's stuff in America.
You know, an
Something-
impeachment
something
going on.
very close to home. I
yeah,
must add.
but there is a very big thing happening in Ireland,
Specifically Dundalk.
specifically Dundalk, where
No,
I'm
wait,
from, and Dublin.
Dublin.
Probably our main listeners are going to be from Ireland. You've probably heard of Lisa Smith, who
Straight up
was
have not heard of
the
Lisa
former
Smith.
Irish military police defense forces soldier that left Ireland to go and be an ISIS bride.
Bop?
And like had a child over there.
No.
And she has come back now. I don't know, filled with regret, possibly.
I don't believe that at all.
For regret, possibly, and then to come back and be repatriated, and come back to Ireland, get her citizenship back, and all that stuff.
is she?
And
in
it was
jail
initially
at the moment?
okay. So let me get the timeline of this right. So as far as I gathered from listening to reports, it was initially granted to her. She was allowed back into the country, and then she was taken out again because they were worried about her. Is that what happened?
I don't know about that.
That's what I gathered from listening to it, but I could be wrong. Like I don't.
Say something right now.
The most I know I'm the news guy, and I don't know if I've researched it properly, but I know that I think she left around 2 years ago. 2 years ago, maybe. Don't quote me on that one. But she went over there. We don't know what she did because we don't really know what they do.
No good, no good.
And
She got a lot of shit on her.
Okay, Alex, okay.
she had a kid with an unnamed ISIS member, and she's now coming
Sure, he's
back.
a nice guy,
She's
yeah.
now coming back, hoping to return to Ireland with a full citizenship, and saying that she never took part in any criminal activity or any terrorist activity. And I was listening to a radio interview there the other day with her. Saying that just because I go over there and come back doesn't, just because I become part of ISIS doesn't mean I'm a monster. And I'm like, it's
Are you
questionable.
sure about
What's
that?
really funny is that she's being on Friday, or was it Saturday? I think she was maybe Sunday morning actually. She was
I think it was Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
I think.
She was brought into
Merry
Dublin.
Christmas.
She was brought into Dublin, and this is after the FBI talked to her, and this is after English government talked to her and all that kind of stuff. They brought her here, and I was actually up in Dublin on Sunday.
Oh yeah, you were
And
saying
I was
that.
we parked in on Jesus, Kevin Street. Is that
You tell me, bro.
Oh,
That would make sense because Kevin Street's literally.
Yeah,
on the
Kevin
arch,
Street, yeah. We parked on Kevin Street near the Garda station there. And we saw, it's like, I wonder if this Lisa Smith one's in the Kevin Street Garda station. And
She
my
was.
dad, who is actually part of the military police in Dundalk, who knows
Gang
her
shit.
and knew her before she left, said, nah, she's probably in the HQ. Turns out we literally walked by her. So we were like within not even a mile of where she was.
One of them outright said to the person who told me, she is a sleeper agent. Like, this is like, he was like, this is the characteristics of a sleeper agent from ISIS. She comes over, full regret, was an ISIS bride, gets accepted back into the country, waits here for God knows how long until, like, the guards dropped a little bit, goes and blows shit up or runs
Epic.
people over.
I don't know, man.
I mean, not ever.
Like,
I don't know.
for example, like, if you look at what happened in the UK recently with that attack on Tower Bridge, like, that guy was released out of prison
Yeah.
because he, like, denounced ISIS, and he was released out of prison early. A few days after he was released, attacked and killed people on London Bridge.
There's
that thing in
there's-
London was mad
Yeah.
because I know so Katie isn't obviously in London and she couldn't
Katie, for context, is Alex's girlfriend.
facts
There you go.
she couldn't like get past. I think she was like going out or something and the bridge, everything was just closed. I think it's fucking still absolutely
Like,
nuts that
there's
shit is still
like
happening
there's
so close.
like there's videos of like the guy attacking them, the public disarming him, the police coming up and bang, just shot him on the spot on the bridge in front of everybody, just taking no chances because apparently he had a fake bomb vest on as well.
I feel like that. It's kind of fair to just yeet him
I
in the brain cell.
you think it's not fair?
No, it is fair.
Oh yeah, that I would agree that it's totally fair. Like if somebody walks up,
Yeah,
to
like,
a public
if-
place, bomb vest, real or not, shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Like if
you
he's
have to do it. You have
if
to
he's
do
like
it.
risking, because say if it was a real bomb vest and it went off, then everyone would be like, why didn't the police shoot him?
Yeah, exactly.
Is there much uproar that the
No,
police
I don't.
did?
I don't think. I don't. I
Once
think
you,
people.
once you like stab and kill like 2 or 3.
I think
people,
he killed 2 people, didn't he?
Yeah.
He killed 2 people and injured a few more, and like at that point, you just shoot on sight.
shoot
It's
on
kill on sight. Yeah. So
But yeah,
Very, very
on
dark.
the matter of Lisa Smith,
Where is it?
oh, I don't know.
Stephen has the one.
On the matter of Lisa Smith, I don't really know if like part of me goes like, oh, she's a sleeper agent, like they're coming over here.
I
and,
fully
like,
wholeheartedly.
come to kill.
I want it to be made known that I fully wholeheartedly believe that she's a
And then,
sleeper
but
agent.
then part of me just goes to like, she's just a stupid Irish woman that went over to join ISIS or whatever, and then realized this is probably not a good thing.
But this is like
She
obviously
did it.
this is taken in the context of that big controversy in Britain surrounding like the 16-year-old girls who went out. But like if you think about this, like she was a military trained 38-year-old woman who was in the military,
Oh, she
had
was
a good
today.
job, on like I don't know where, converted to Islam and made the decision to go over. Like this isn't a dumb 16-year-old being like, look, it's all glamorous and all.
That's true.
She knew what she was going
Doing
to.
it
She
for the
knew what she
vine.
was getting into. I think she's 100% a sleeper agent, and she should be expelled from this country immediately. Or if she's allowed back into the country, she shouldn't be allowed to mingle with the public.
Well, I don't know. It's just weird
It's
because she
hard,
shouldn't
yeah.
be given like full right. Like she shouldn't be able to vote.
Epic.
Facts. If
like,
you go
she
to
should-
ISIS, you surrender your voting rights. I don't care.
I think that's
Like I think
an unsaid rule.
I think the most she should be given is like asylum, like. Or
Yeah,
something.
asylum. Yeah, or house arrest.
Or
Basically have her in a guarded
Or
house
just send her
24/7.
back.
I mean, you could send her back, but then just put her under house arrest. Like no contact with the public whatsoever because she's a danger. She's a danger till the day she dies.
She kind
Like,
of
she
like
could
a principal or something. Like Loki in that photo. She
It's
looks like
always
she
that
could be
hair
like
that principals have, don't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, it's the stereotype.
that looks like a principal who like that's
It's
like,
like-
an old
it's-
photo of them when they were in like Poland or something.
yeah,
Just like
it's
Or I
like
took
having
the
a
picture
ball.
of the doc, actually.
But why did she go over? Did she go over to join them?
I
she
don't.
could-
I think so.
I
Like,
believe
what's
that she
the
went
reason?
over to become a bride, which is she basically got brainwashed online. Brainwash is the correct term for it, by the way. And she basically
oh,
wanted
so
to
they
go
were
over
like,
and
hey, come
she
over here.
she somehow got
Give
into
you
contact
a
with
ruble.
ISIS, I believe, and they were like, okay, we have somebody over here that wants to marry you. Come over and you can join ISIS and be an ISIS bride.
Oh,
She went.
mad scenes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy that the fact that this country is actually seriously considering letting this woman back into the country in a full capacity with full contact to the public.
Yeah.
It's like incredibly dumb. And as somebody who's in Dundalk 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, and also being in the most densely populated place in Dundalk, it's kind of terrifying. Not gonna lie.
It's weird because like I'm not gonna go into what my like what he has to say or anything like that, but I just know that like she was in the barracks in Dundalk, you know, in the military police force, in the defense forces, and my dad knew her because my dad was a most recently a sergeant, but he was in the military police for 35 years, so he knew her. He doesn't talk about her a lot, but he knew her.
That's actually crazy.
And
what does he say about her?
I'm not going to go into what
yeah,
my dad has to say about her because my dad's opinion is his own.
That's why I was cautious not to drop names and who was giving me that information, because like I feel like we shouldn't really give people's opinions that they give to us in private. And I'm not even here.
I honestly, because he hasn't told me, and he hasn't said anything bad, he hasn't said anything good. It's just a case of that he knew that she was there and she knows what's going on, and he knew her. He knew she existed. They didn't pal, but he knew because they obviously were different ages, I think.
Also, completely sidetrack. I do not believe that there are 2 billion people active on Facebook every day. Facebook is tapped.
That's what it says.
Yeah, we have the Facebook page up right now.
Yeah,
Oisin, for context, we're in this kind of small room, and Oisin has a massive 65-inch TV on the wall. It's like obscenely big.
It's
compared
not
to the
because
room.
I'm incredibly wealthy. It's because I'm a tryhard.
And we were going to bring stuff up as we talk about it. Like we had the news pages up for Lisa Smith's thing.
Oh my.
I kind of it's making me feel uncomfortable now because it's just weird.
It's just such a weird, dangerous thing.
It's
like
a weird.
And it's like really serious.
So like back to our kind of core movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one major thing of this podcast is that we hope you like movies because we're going to be talking about them quite
awful lot,
quite a bit. Because we're mongs that like movies.
Yeah, but for somebody who's
mongs.
studying movies, I really don't know a lot of movies.
Yeah,
so if you're listening, you don't know movies.
We'll actually go into
that's my plan for Christmas, to go through the top 25 of IMDb and watch everything I haven't watched.
That's the thing. I think
Epic.
we all love a bit of movieage.
Is that a word? Did you just create a word?
Yes.
Look that up on Google and see if that's a word.
I wonder if movie is.
If it's not, I'm taking the top
How would that
spot.
be? How would that?
I wonder how much Netflix make a year. Bro,
It's an obscene amount of money.
Obscene
That's
amount
what I
of
meant.
money.
No.
Yeah. So we're
Movie.
Big surprise, it's not a word.
we're like Alex is from
Alice?
I said Alex.
You said Alice.
You said Alice.
He said Alice.
You said Alice. Get the fuck out of my house.
Literally Oisin's house.
Hold up.
Okay,
All
so
right, let Oisin speak.
Alex is living near Dublin, and Harry is from Monaghan, and
Yeah.
Stephen is from Wicklow, and I am from here. And we all kind of gravitated towards this film course in Dundalk, so we all just a massive fans of film, and we just like we want to a massive part of this like a core part of this podcast will be like filmmaking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we'll always have like whether it's a film of the week or if it's a topic of film of the week
Or film news.
Film news of
this
the week.
I'm the film guy to talk about film.
Hey, film guy.
Stephen hasn't
three
actually
topics.
talked that much, to be honest, to him, so give him his stage time.
I talked a lot at the start, but I kind of.
It's kind of nice, just kind of like sit back and just like.
because I didn't know a lot about
Yeah,
that
same.
whole situation.
I still made noises.
So yeah, I was just kind of dabbing in the background. But anyway, I have 3 topics. I think
I know one of them for sure. If you don't have the topic that I'm thinking of on that list, you're getting slapped.
Stop being so like
He's very aggressive.
Stop
today,
expecting
isn't he?
everything.
All right, so first
surprised.
thing I think
Whoa!
we should discuss the new James Bond.
Yes, that's exactly what I was talking
Yeah,
about there.
thank God. 'Cause I do not want to be slapped by that. That would hurt.
Because Oisin slapped him.
Yeah.
Alright, so
and
basically,
he has a lot
We'll
of-
get into that story.
The new trailer came out. Well, it's not really a trailer. It's a teaser trailer. It's like 15 seconds.
Yeah, we were a
It's a
little.
tra-
we
it's-
saw it and we were like, "Oh, No Time to Die" trailer, and it was like, "Oh, well, it is a teaser." 'Cause
It's a
only-
trailer for trailer, basically.
It's only like 20.
Yeah.
It's only 20 seconds. Less.
15 actually.
13.
Yeah. 15.
15. Less. It's 15. We're awfully disappointed. We didn't get much in it because obviously a lot of James Bond movies is
I
like
haven't seen
it is just like. You're right.
Sorry,
a lot of
just-
James Bond
can you
movies
just-
is kind of like just.
Can you put it up? I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
The trailer? Yeah.
Yeah, pull it
real
up.
quick.
A lot of them kind
Run
of
that shit, Oisin.
A lot of them kind of look like aftershave commercials or like ads. I said commercials. I'm not from America. Like they look like aftershave
Howdy.
ads, like because
videos.
they're just like he's just looking off into the distance and
Hey,
just chilling. Or
James
going down a
Bond.
street,
No,
coming out of a car.
Yeah, click on a video. And stuff.
Ahead of first trailer.
But
Avatar
yeah, it
sequel
was just
team
kind of like
rap
him on a
shooting.
motorbike or in
Just
weird images. It looks
YouTube,
good.
my guy.
Yeah, that's it.
Brother. Oh, there it is.
We're already gonna cut this out just to avoid copyright.
Nah, fuck.
Okay, so we've muted it. And
Yeah, you don't need the sound.
you don't need the
Yeah,
sound.
you don't need the sound. It's just typical James Bond things.
Typical
like,
James
dun,
Bond.
dun,
What's it
dun,
called?
dun,
No
dun,
Time
dun.
to Die.
No Time to Die,
That's a
which
cool
I think that's because
name,
I've been dying for like a really good Bond title.
Oh, DB11.
Oh, that's
The one for this.
It's so cool,
Hey.
man.
Who's the cinematographer? Is it Deakins again?
I think it's Harry Clary.
Is it Harry Clary?
I think
It's
so.
it's Kari Fukunaga,
Yeah,
I think, is the name of the director for this
actually
one,
like-
and he did.
Oh, he did True Detective.
He
didn't
did the True Detective movies,
Yeah,
and he was going to
season
do the
one.
first. He was going to do the It movies, but then he stepped down because of reasons. But of course,
That is a
with
big
this, with
gun.
this actual teaser for the story and everything, we also see a behind the scenes,
Oh, it's gonna go.
and it's I don't know where it's set.
It looks like the
It
music
looks like
they have
it looks
in
like
the background
Africa.
is
It looks like
real-
sort
yeah,
of Central
yeah.
Africa, sort of.
Beside the wait, where's Kilimanjaro?
That's
South Africa.
South Africa.
That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't want to seem like a dum.
There he's
But
back.
yeah, it looks like
There's
South
is
Kilimanjaro.
it Jeffrey Wright? Is that his name?
I don't
No,
know.
I think Jeffrey left.
I hate you.
Are you guys fans of Daniel Craig? As
I
James
think
Bond?
Daniel. I honestly like. I know.
He
I'll
might
probably,
be my favorite James
Yeah.
He
Bond.
impersonates
he-
it perfectly because he's like so numb, and I feel like being James
but-
Bond, you
but
would be
see that. You
because
see
he's
that.
just like
You see that
yeah,
resting face he has whenever he's walking.
Yeah,
Like
He
that
looks
is
good,
James
yeah.
Bond
He looks
personified.
good in the suit.
for show.
He's my
Looks-
favorite. He's my favorite Bond of all time, and I think he probably is the best
Fun
Bond of all
fact:
time.
he is the only blonde-haired.
Yeah, every other Bond was
blonde-haired, blue-eyed Bond.
Every other Bond
It's the
was
only
black
time
hair.
that combination has been a thing because obviously, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Obviously, this actually is Daniel Craig's last film, I believe, last Bond
Yes,
film.
It is, isn't it?
So
Isn't-
I think we have a couple candidates for the
Weren't
next
they
Bond.
saying they were gonna stop just giving it to males? They were gonna give it to a female.
No, that's
See, I have no problem. See, the thing with that is, I'm not gonna get angry because getting angry, it's a movie. Don't be so butthurt. It's not gonna change your life.
I'm angry.
Alex is so true.
it's just like the character's not female though. Like,
No, that's it. I have no problem.
What's it gonna be, Jeanette
I
Bond?
have no problem. I have no problem with the whole because we know the news is that there's going to be someone else that takes the 007 title in this movie, but we don't know if that's. We know
really?
Someone is it's the woman I can't remember her.
Apparently.
She's the one that played Maria or Monica. I can't remember the name. Rambeau
Well, in that event,
in
I mean,
Captain
it's
Marvel.
not the end of the world. Like I was thinking they were going to genuinely like completely change James Bond into a woman.
Well, see, we don't.
Oh, so it's gonna be like a Carry On type shit.
We don't yet. That's her name. Lashana Lynch. Is
Really?
She played a vital character in the Captain Marvel movie, which is not amazing. But like
didn't like
she's
it.
great in it because her acting was good for what it was.
I don't
But
know her.
she's not like Jane Bond or anything like that. But in James Bond has retired once again because they like to do that in these movies.
Alex
he-
just smelt his foot. Literally,
I
lifted
was
his foot
taking
to
off my
his face.
shoes. I
Shut,
didn't want
I
to
saw that. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
You weirdo.
Bro, I'm just taking off.
talking about James Bond.
Um,
Either way, so essentially, he's coming back. He's retired and coming back again, and she's taken his
007
007 code name, but we don't know as of yet if she's going to be taking over the next movie, or if this is just like an interesting thing for this movie.
But do we definitely know that she's definitely going to be taking the double
she's
seven?
she in this
Or it's
movie.
just a speculation.
She hasn't taken it. No, she's not taking it. She has taken it at the beginning of this movie. I'm fairly sure. It's like he's coming back. He's been retired.
that's cool.
He's been retired, and he comes back to MI5 or is it MI5 or MI6?
It's MI6. I believe.
MI6, and he comes back and he finds out that there's this beautiful black woman who's taken over my code name, and apparently he tries to make a move on her, and she's like, "Haha, it doesn't work on me," or something like that,
that'd
which
be
is
good.
cool.
That'd be good.
But we
It's
don't.
like such a like a
That'd be
major
James Bond
thing to do.
rejected?
Yeah.
Question
James
mark?
Bond rejected.
What?
Walks back into MI6, immediately tries to get with the next 007 who happens to be a female.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. But the thing is, the actual James Bond character. If they make another movie, I will be a little annoyed if they make Lashana Lynch the new face of the franchise, because
Yeah.
I have no problem with the James Bond of a different ethnicity, of a different color or creed. I have no problem with that. My problem is I think there's something very intrinsic to James Bond that is male.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And I
100%.
100%. Like he's not, and it's not even. I think originally it was a male power fantasy, and I think a little bit it still is.
Yeah.
But it's even it goes into the negatives and positives of what it is to be a man, and I think that it all should he shows the vulnerability of men at the same time.
Like historically, James Bond films are like historically the guy film.
Yeah.
Like they're historically
gets the girl,
the classy male
yeah.
gets the girl, looks
Cool car,
badass as
suit.
fuck.
Yeah.
Doing
Was
it.
the newer Ghostbusters good? I never saw it.
No,
apparently
wasn't
it's
good.
supposed to be trash.
But the movie, the problem wasn't it was
There
all
wasn't
girls.
a
It wasn't
lot
the
to
problem.
do
The problem with
with
a lot
it.
of these movies it's that it's all girls. Like the problem with like movies like Captain Marvel and like the Ghostbusters movies is that when people try to take that movie down, they take it the people
Just
who
leave it to the classic, like, you know.
no. What I'm saying was when people try to say these movies they're like mainly female run and stuff like that. It's not because they're female. It's not because of that. It's because the movies aren't especially well made, or they especially they don't have the best acting, or the stories aren't great. Ghostbusters wasn't not funny because the four people that were the Ghostbusters in that
They're
movie,
all really funny.
they were
people.
really funny. Kate McKinnon, Melissa McCarthy,
Yeah.
Kristen Wiig. What's the other
Augusta.
one? I'm
She's
forgetting
funny.
her name. She's the one on SNL. Oh, I'm forgetting her name.
I'll look it up.
Look it up there. Is it Leslie? Maybe.
I'll tell you.
I'm forgetting her name. They're all
Leslie.
really funny people, and Chris Hemsworth's in it too, and they're all really funny. But it wasn't.
It's just
wasn't
the connotations of why they did it.
the way the actual movie. I'm not saying anything about what they are or who they are and why they did it. I'm saying the actual movie is just really, really bad. Like
Yeah.
it's not a well-made movie. Captain Marvel. The performance of what's her name, Lashana Lynch, she's fucking fantastic in the movie. But in the scene that she's in, it doesn't matter because you don't give a shit about the main character. And that's not because what's her name, Leslie Jones. I was right, Leslie something. That's the other one in Ghostbusters.
Yup, Leslie. Shout out to Leslie.
Yes, and she had a hard time after that movie, I believe.
Oh, she's funny.
Yeah, she's really
I know
funny.
her,
Either way, in
yeah.
Captain Marvel, the problem wasn't the female
I've
side
seen
of
her in
Captain
a
Marvel.
skit.
It was
She's
just
quite funny.
the fact that like
It wasn't a good film.
it wasn't
Yeah,
the
no.
writing wasn't great, the action wasn't fun. But I think a main thing with James Bond is I think it's good to see this kind of male figure throughout time, and he's like reflected all of the years that he's been here. And what I'm liking recently is that he's not showing just the look how strong I am and how cool I am. We see him go through a lot of shit. We've seen a lot of vulnerable sides to this character. We see it
Skyfall.
Like James
Yeah,
Bond.
I was not thinking Skyfall.
Not even
He's like walking on
Skyfall,
a
Casino
broken
Royale.
man.
Casino
Whenever
Royale.
he can't save like the whole antithesis of the Bond series is he always gets the girl, he always saves
Saves
the day.
her.
But in Casino Royale, for like what feels like the first time ever, he didn't save the girl
Yeah.
and he didn't
Yeah.
save the day.
That's my
And
favorite
it was
one.
Well,
Yeah.
previously there was the Sean Connery movie where he was was it Sean Connery? Or it might have been George Lazenby where he was getting married and then his wife was killed on the way to the honeymoon or
yeah.
whatever.
But
But,
like,
like-
it's never been done as dramatically.
Oh
Or,
yeah, she drowned in front of
Yeah,
him.
it's-
like it was raw. I think
It really
I
like
think
showed.
these movies are being really well made. And
The
I think
last one wasn't very good. Spectre.
Spectre.
No.
The
I
opening
actually-
shot was incredible.
Is Spectre's
Wow, that I didn't
just
like.
remind me, it's been a while since I've seen Spectre. That's the
No,
one
no,
where,
Batista.
where he has the
Remember that one?
gunshot wound and he can't really.
My guy.
He
No,
can't
no,
really-
that's Skyfall.
Okay,
That's
Skyfall I felt was really, really good the way they
Skyfall's
portrayed
one
James
of the
Bond. Like
Yeah, for sure.
James Bond, like having to deal with the fact that he isn't as good as he used to be because of this
Yeah,
injury he received.
terrible.
And plus, that song for Skyfall was pretty lit.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
lit
Skyfall.
as
was
fuck.
it Adele?
Yeah, and then
Yeah, that
they
was
came out
good.
with the what was it what's his name?
Jim. Oh.
Hey,
Sam Smith.
Sam Smith. He came out with writings on the wall, which is weird because the
yeah.
movie's called Spectre and the song was called and they're on the writings on the wall and shit like that. Like, and that it's actually not a bad song. It just doesn't feel like Bond. But that, funnily enough, that was a really good song because that got to the top, the only James Bond song that like went to like #1 in UK, like the first one. Ever.
Also,
Skyfall
I think
didn't?
so.
Skyfall didn't.
I think so.
Surely it did.
Or there was,
I
some,
know,
there was
for sure,
something.
I
There
think
was
it did.
something about Sam Smith's one where it was like the first time.
I
a
think
Bond song did
I
something.
think it's like Sam Smith's one was like
It might
it
have
wasn't definitely it could have easily been a mainstream song on its
What
own.
it might have
without
been,
James
what it
Bond.
might have been, is it was the first time a Bond song was like #1 in America and the
Oh,
and the
okay.
UK, or
That makes
something
more
like
sense. That makes
Or
more
I think
sense.
it might have been someone to just do it the UK. Either way, it was like it was a good song. It was just the movie
Yeah.
was kind of weak. His like Daniel Craig's performance in that movie was great.
I've
too.
actually put it out there. I've never not enjoyed a James Bond film.
no.
Really?
Well, 'cause
I
they're
didn't
either-
like the Pierce Brosnan.
They're either
one.
but they're either
They're
really
really-
campy
really like
or like
Goldeneye.
really like
I
they're either
really
really
didn't like
good
them.
or they're really campy,
Yeah.
which is
Have
fun.
you seen The Mall, Harry? Though
Yeah, I have the
Crazy
50
stuff.
the 50 greatest
You've
hits
seen them
box.
all. I've
I have
seen
like
most of them,
I
I
have like
think.
I have like a big my aunt. Whenever I used to be really into James Bond when I was younger, and my aunt or my godmother and my aunt, but same thing, got me like this big set, and it was right before the release of Skyfall, and it was literally a box set with every Bond film up to Skyfall, and they left a slot for Skyfall. So, and I ended up buying the DVD for Skyfall because of it. So I have every movie up to Skyfall in like this one really nice box.
How many of them? This is the 23rd one,
Fifth,
right? Or 25th one?
25th, yeah. It was the 50th anniversary of Bond that they put that box set out. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of films.
I'm excited for it. I think Cary Fukunaga, like what he did in True Detective and stuff like that, I'm really excited for it. I really am. Because I think Daniel Craig, he's having his final time.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
What was your original point? You had like 3 points.
I have 3 points. Yeah, the first one was to talk about James Bond, which we've done. The next point is actually another trailer, which I'm not as excited about, but it's the Black Widow movie.
Yeah.
That trailer just came
explain
out.
to me,
It's
what is
called-
this?
It's Marvel.
Marvel.
You know,
oh,
Scarlett
Black
Johansson.
Widow. Yeah. Okay, it took me a minute.
She's really good as Black Widow.
Another spy movie.
Yeah, it looks like. But
Well, I mean, it's as close as a Marvel movie can get to being a
Riding
spy
on James
movie.
Bond's coattails, kind of.
has everyone seen the trailer for that?
No.
Don't put it up because it's too long. But
Yeah. Well,
we put it on the background. Put it on the background. We talk about.
Yeah.
Just
But
for a
don't
little
put the
bit
bo- don't
because
put
I
the
do
bottom
want to talk
of the
about
box.
something else that I also actually really want to talk about. But,
Everything wrong with Avengers Endgame.
Nah,
but
there's
it
nothing
looks
wrong with
like
that
it's
movie.
gonna go
Don't use-
into her
Don't use the
past.
sun one.
Oh, I think I heard about it, but
Remember
I
in
haven't
is
seen
the Age
it.
of Ultron where we see all like her in that ballerina,
And they
kinda
show part of it,
assassin
like they're
skill.
not gonna, they're going back to that.
Yes, it
kind of
was.
stuff. Beyond on the black whatever trailer, like it's
Widow.
Black Widow.
I said
Yeah.
Black Widow, right?
I thought you said Black whatever. I think
No,
I may
Black
be
Widow.
like just dumb.
Like it does look different. It does look cool, and I am excited for it. Like
Baby
it's
Yoda.
like the ending was cool. The cat
Yeah,
like having the Red Guardian in it. It all looked very cool. It's as close as
Hello.
close as you can get to
A serious
a
Marvel
serious spy movie. It's a Marvel film. I mean, the Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier was really
my favorite
was
one.
really good. This
My
looks a
favorite
bit campier than
It's,
Winter Soldier.
But like, I feel like Marvel films are they're like they're made. They're obviously high technical production values, make loads of money in the box office, but they're just not remembered. Like
No, I think that's.
They're remembered-
I
they're-
think that's wrong, man. Because I feel. I
Shut
think-
your mouth.
I see. I'm not saying these are like amazing. Like that these are like my favorite movies of all time. I can barely go watch one of them because I like to see the next chapter. Like it's. But the problem is, I mean watch one backwards. But my thing is, Martin Scorsese is making these comments, and how many of these movies do you think he's already seen? Do
Not
you
a
think
lot.
do you think he bases his opinion? Do you think he's formulated this opinion after going to all 23 of these movies?
yeah,
And
I would
going
agree with that.
like, because I love when people say I agree with him, but then you go, well, his point. I'm not like,
Are
putting his
you
point
sure
down.
about that?
I'm saying like guy like it's hardly like the guy does his research and goes to every single one of these movies. He's probably seen what, like Avengers, maybe
I'd say
one of the
he's seen-
Spider-Mans.
He's seen Iron Man.
He's seen Iron Man. He's seen maybe Avengers, and he might see one of the Spider-Mans.
Maybe a random Avengers.
Maybe a random. I'll
Just
go.
like Age of
I'll go.
Ultron,
I'll
and
go
he's
to
like,
Black
"What's
Panther. I'll be
going on
woke.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll be woke.
I'll be woke. But like, if you look at Black,
Wasp and just like lads.
maybe it's saying, but like it's he's not watching these movies, and like I love the man, but like like he's made some of the best movies of all time, but I don't know. I feel like
I feel like it is unfair to discount them as not cinema, and I also agree with the fact that he probably hasn't watched a lot of them.
yeah,
Honestly, I'm going to be quite honest. Like, I've watched them as they've sort of come out. Like, I haven't watched all of them.
yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know. It's like I enjoy myself when I watch them, but it's like,
Sorry,
Okay, hold on. Oh, why are you guys laughing so?
Okay,
much?
Alex and Steven are
was
just-
just like, oh, he probably looked at Ant-Man and the Wasp and was like, ah.
no. I actually haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Caravan
It's-
of garbage!
It's the weakest one.
Like it's just like they're good films. in
They're
a
good
way.
films.
They're like it's like
you gotta remember.
the best way I can describe them in my opinion is I go to them, I enjoy them, but they're just 7 out of 10 films. They're just you go and
A
enjoy
lot of
yourself.
them are very.
A lot of them
average.
are
It's
very
like
average.
It's like they're just average
It's like The Walking
films.
Dead. You go and there's like 5 episodes. You're like, yeah, it's all right. And then there's one that's like, whoa. So then you keep going back to see them.
Like
Like-
I want to put it out there. Like I went to see Endgame in the cinema,
Yeah,
and
it
I
was
really
alright.
enjoyed it, and I actually really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, it's like they sort of blend together for me. Like I wouldn't
Well,
be
see, a
able,
lot of that.
if you showed me a scene from Thor 1 and Thor 2, I would not be able to discern what Thor.
A lot of that is because of how visually
His
kinda-
hair.
Yeah. Plus, his eyebrows were
It
were
got a
dyed
lot
blonde in the first
darker.
movie.
Oh, really?
And Kevin Feige has come out saying that, like, oh man, that's the worst decision I've ever made in this company. I should never have dyed his eyebrows blonde.
It looks so weird.
You might not think about it. And you
I'm
kind of go,
Thor.
were they? And you kind of look
No
back and you're like,
eyebrows.
oh.
Yeah, the
weird.
villain's like, all right.
Just like they're
You're
just
Thor,
not
but
like obviously
where are
I
your
appreciate
eyebrows?
that there's obviously
That's
fans
eyebrows,
of like in the same way that I'm a massive fan of hard sci-fi and I'll remember Interstellar till the day I die.
For fuck's sake.
But there are also people who are
Just
great fans of
every
comic
day.
books and Marvel that will remember Marvel films till the day they die. It's like it comes down to like the sort of main thing that it's beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah.
Like everybody likes different films. I just don't happen to massively click with Marvel films.
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
same way Alex might not massively click with a hard sci-fi film like Interstellar. But yeah, that's
So that being said, Interstellar's a piece of shit.
Interstellar.
I
Yeah.
actually really like
No,
it.
it's
So
good.
the
It's
context of Interstellar, if you don't know, is it's sort of a meme in our course right now that Interstellar is my favorite
Because
film
Harry's
of
a
all time.
diehard.
And I'm a diehard
Interstellar.
Interstellar fan. I'm a massive hard sci-fi fan in general. For people who don't know, hard sci-fi is like realistic sci-fi. So, like for example, Star Trek might be an example of sci-fi, or Star Wars might be an example of sci-fi.
Star
Whereas,
Star Wars is like sci-fi fantasy because
Yeah.
there is space wizards.
Haven't seen Star Wars.
Like for example, like Star Trek, for example, might be an example of sci-fi. And then hard sci-fi would be like sci-fi that's like grounded in reality. So like Interstellar, where it's like
Interstellar goes from hard sci-fi to like
Yeah,
fantasy near the
I know.
end.
I
Yeah,
agree.
the
I
end
agree.
is
It does.
not
It does go. It does
realistic
wave
at all.
off at the end. But for the most
Do you
part,
know-
it's like, for the most part,
It's
for
very
the-
they
for
crafted
the-
what a black hole
for
like,
for
would
the
look
most
like,
part,
isn't
like
it?
obviously discounting the end and the whole premise of the film, like the fact that the time traveling thing.
No
like,
spoilers!
Like Interstellar could theoretically have happened.
but didn't
a lot
for
of Interstellar
Interstellar-
could theoretically, realistically happen.
Maybe.
Yeah, but for Interstellar, didn't
You're
they
gonna
actually?
be
Because
the
they had no
one
clue what a
that
black
saves
hole
Yeah.
actually
No,
looked
they
like.
for Interstellar they did actually bring on a panel of scientists.
Yeah,
and
like,
people that
Then
knew what they were talking about.
They wrote up their formulas.
and then Interstellar's like, fuck
No.
that.
What they did, this is insane. They wrote up all of
Harry's
the like
face right now.
mathematics of a black hole, all of the formulas of how it would work, like mathematically.
So-
and then they put the numbers in a machine in a machine. They put the numbers in the computer to like formulate what it would look like, and they make this weird. They actually make what a black hole.
Actually looks like.
That's what. Well, I get. Like,
Yeah, that's
approximately.
We don't
saying,
know.
yeah.
We don't know. But like
Yeah.
what we think a black hole
But
looks
that
like.
everyone said
And
that's
also,
what
I
it probably
think
is, where it's like
I'm pretty sure.
that.
I'm pretty sure that slingshot theory. You know the thing. Obviously, I don't
Yeah.
want to spoil the film, but there's a crux in the film where they have to slingshot off the black hole.
We don't want to get too deep into these.
Yeah,
movies.
no,
This
but
is
I'm
the-
just saying-
this is
not what
I'm
I.
just saying.
yeah.
I feel like Harry could talk about this for like
I'm just saying that
4 hours
like,
straight.
One of the
Yeah,
things that really
easily.
struck me from like there was a video I think they made about it that like that slingshot thing off the black hole. If you ever seen Interstellar, like that is actually physically possible. Like you could do that if you wanted to. If you're in proximity to a black hole, you could slingshot off a black hole to gain enough speed to go to a faraway place.
Okay, so the next topic, which I believe is also similar to the connected to superheroes, but we're not going to go talk about like all of the other movies.
No, we'll keep this brief.
We're
We'll
at
give this
an
brief.
hour.
So
We're at
what,
an hour,
what
yes.
else do you have there?
The next thing is the topic of Robert Pattinson as Batman.
As Batman.
And like we all know he is. I don't know if everyone agrees with it or not. I think.
It's great.
I think he's going to be great.
If you've
but
seen people, if you've
It's
seen if you've seen Twilight and are like,
Nice. He was like,
Yeah.
but and I was like, it's fine.
yeah, but the whole thing is at the moment is he apparently this. I don't know how
Rumor.
accurate this is.
Survey
but
says.
he might be struggling with the weight.
Yeah.
Which
on the-
I-
I think
Which
like
I can
people
see
like
being
people
get.
have,
Yeah.
people have opinions that like maybe he could get away with being and you can't. Batman's like is supposed to be the peak physical specimen of a human being. Like
Yeah.
you need
Like
to, be
to go
ripped.
from what he is at the moment to what Batman is, that's going to be so difficult.
Yeah,
and
it-
it's
it-
probably
it is
like
gonna
in the
be really
first like
difficult.
3 weeks or something. And it's hard to gain weight.
I sympathize with where Robert Pattinson's coming from that he can't really put on the weight, but we don't know that for sure.
my opinion on the matter is like, have you seen like Conan O'Brien in that like weird like superhero suit that was made for him?
No.
It like put
Where
on
is my super
massive realistic muscles or whatever. That's just rubber. Like you can put.
Like I mean, it can be augmented to an
you
extent, but there
don't
is an
get-
extent where he does need to bulk up.
Yeah, to an extent, but like, you don't. Conan O'Brien's like slim or whatever. You don't need to really like. You make what's worst scenario right here? You just don't have a topless superhero scene in your movie. You don't have him take his shirt off in the movie. That's the worst part.
In my
CGI
opinion, yeah.
CGI makes Thanos in like the big movies. You can CGI some extra muscles on Robert Pattinson
That's it,
without
isn't it?
wasting
Yes, you
too
could
much
do that, yeah.
without too much money. My thing is that
I think it's easier if he does do it himself though.
Yeah,
It'll
I
like
agree.
take a lot of.
I don't know. If
He
it's
doesn't need to be
easier.
huge. He just needs to be a bit bigger. Like
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson, in my opinion, is top 10 actors in the world right now.
That's true.
He's
like,
fantastic.
We're making a movie for acting.
I
We're not
don't-
making a movie for like, look how big he is.
What else is he in? I literally only.
The
way I know
Lighthouse
him
just
is-
came out.
Twilight.
People are giving him Oscar buzz.
Good
Twilight.
Time is
Oh, for real?
amazing.
Good Time is
People can go
one of
see
the
Good
best
Time.
movies I've ever seen. He's amazing in that.
feel
He's
like
in
he's a-
the
I
movie
feel like
called
he's
The
in something
Rover.
else
I've only
other than
seen-
He's in High Life, which is a great.
He was
indie.
in the Twilight movies.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I know.
why
no,
we- that's what
I
we
feel
know
like he
him
was in
for.
something else that
Harry
I know.
Potter.
He was
as
in this
well.
one. I can't remember.
That
He was
his
in
first
Harry
one.
Potter.
he
That's
was.
what I was thinking
First
of.
one.
I remember he was in. I don't know what it is, but I think it's like he's with. Is it the Notebook? Is he in the Notebook?
No.
It's something that like
he's in a,
he gets like beaten up by the dad or something.
He's in a movie where it's like there's a close relationship with his dad or whatever.
Yeah, and he
he's
has a
in
girlfriend or
and he's in
something.
a girlfriend.
Yes,
and then there's like,
what's that called?
There's a big. I don't know what it's called. I think it's like
Epic.
Remember Me or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's the weirdest
And
ending.
there is-
It is Remember Me.
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
the
You're
ending
a
to
Oh,
that?
sexy
Shane,
motherfucker.
run that shit.
Do you
Run
remember,
that
do you remember? Do you remember the ending to that? I won't say what it
We
is.
won't
but if you
spoil that
remember it,
ending
you
because
will.
that first of all,
But
that
also
the-
came
the
out
act-
like
the-
2000. Like
The acting in that movie is
Wow.
okay. Like it's he's very good in the movie. The movie itself is okay, and then the ending just comes out of nowhere. You're like, whoa!
Yeah, but anyway,
What
yeah.
is going? It's like it's. I think the ending is it's a surprise to where his dad's office is. I think it is, and he's in the office of where his where his dad's office is. And,
Back to the point though. Like, do you think is it important?
yeah.
put
Even
on
I
the
was
web,
actually
or
looking
is it
at
not?
so
I would
Zach,
agree that it depends on what they're going to do. If they're going to CGI muscles on him, if they're going to give him like these mad prosthetics that make him look
Yeah,
big, I mean, it's not really a big deal.
he's
but
gonna be.
If he runs out there and he's like lean as fuck in the Batman suit,
a skinny
I'm not
guy,
going to be
man.
happy.
He's not. He's gonna find it hard because I looked at I looked at Zac Efron has the thing called like gym. Nice one. You you did it.
phone.
So he has the thing on YouTube called like gym time or something, and he had one with Alexandra Daddario.
Daddario.
And basically they were talking about the routine for Baywatch, and he was saying that was like his peak fitness, but he just wasn't happy at all. So I feel like because he was training 24/7, he wasn't happy. So I feel like if Robert Pattinson does get to that peak fitness, he just won't be happy, and it might
Yeah,
show
obviously,
in the
I
movie.
think- I think, like, I
because
think to
obviously if
maintain-
you're
to
training 24/7, you're gonna be fucking tired as granola bars.
Yeah.
he's just a generally lean dude. Like I just
Yeah.
think that he's just a slim kind of guy.
I
and
feel
he
that.
To maintain an elite
Yeah,
body,
you can be a
I
lean
think,
dude and still
I
be
think
superhero, look
like
at
to
Spider-Man.
maintain like one of those top 1% bodies, like those elite bodies, you need to be like a very specific type of compulsive person. Like
Yeah,
you
like
don't,
somebody
literally.
like me,
you, I'd
like
ra-
somebody
I'd ra-
like
I'd
me,
rather work out than sit
I
down
would
and watch a movie.
hate life if I had to maintain a body. Like
And you
that
need to
because-
like maintain that. Like they've been doing like if you look at like I don't know like Chris Hemsworth or who's the Captain America lad? Chris Evans.
But that
They've
was, like-
been doing it since they've like been really young.
Yeah,
like
they-
there wasn't a
they
time
hate
they
it,
were
though.
there wasn't a time they were
say
real
their
skinny,
jaw
but like
hurts from eating
from
so much.
like Robert Pattinson, he's gonna find it
The
hard
thing is,
because
you could say
obviously
that
he's
Christian
skinny at the
Bale.
moment.
Did
Christian
you-
Bale had to lose weight, put on weight, but he
I
said
saw that.
he
That
said he
was
struggles
mad.
so much, but he's such a dedicated actor.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
does it for the part. I think Robert Pattinson is.
Do you think
like
he can
that.
Christian
get
Bale
it?
came out now, and I believe I feel like his opinion has changed because he said I think it was in an interview with Matt Damon and someone else for Ford vs Ferrari,
I think I watched that.
and he was like, I feel like you shouldn't like put these standards on people and stuff like that. And it's just
Yeah,
like,
so he gave him advice. He's like, I don't.
it's
need,
like
he doesn't need any
looking
advice.
back on it now, I shouldn't have subjugated myself to that kind of stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like you're awfully nice now, but I have a feeling, oh, this thing is going way down.
Yeah, bro. I saw that and I was like, hey.
I have a feeling that if you were talking to Christian Bale like 10 years ago, he was said like, no, there's no other way to do it. But he talks about like how Gary Oldman in The Darkest Hour just put on a fat suit and he looked exactly like Winston Churchill, and he didn't have to put on a pound.
True.
Like,
like to just in the last point before we finish up the podcast, like I don't know if you guys watched, there was a video where BuzzFeed people like tried to get a 6-pack, and
I've
it
seen
really
that.
really
They've
highlighted
trained
how
like
much,
superheroes.
like, yeah, they train. No, I don't think it was that. It was like we're like
I saw
trying to
that
get a super like a 6-pack, and they accomplished it. The girl and the guy got a 6-pack, and it was incredible. Like literally, if they had gone out and had one beer, like if they had one bottle of beer when they were out, the next day the 6-pack's gone.
Yeah, this thing even
It's
with
just-
like fighters and
like
stuff.
it's
they're
not
just
like
on the grind
honestly
24/7.
like I don't think it's worth it. I don't think the negatives far outweigh the benefits of having a six-pack. I know I'm a great man to talk me.
Well, I mean, you could go
on.
on about how much exercise actually helps with like mental health and stuff. So,
Yeah,
like,
you could argue that.
but that will leave
Again,
that for
as I said
another time.
before, yeah, it comes down to the person.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. It comes down to the person.
Believe me, we're Irishmen. We'll talk about drinking at some point
Yeah.
during
Not
the-
to play with the stereotypes.
And on that note, thank you guys for tuning into the very, very first episode
Gang,
of the
gang.
podcast. If it's been really disorganized and the audio is terrible, we're really, really sorry. This is like the first time a lot of us have done
We
this.
haven't even practiced.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
this
didn't
is
even practice this. So, like, obviously, it's going to get better with time, our conversation skills, and, like, I know we were interrupting each other quite a lot, which is something we really talked about.
Sorry,
not
what did I
doing.
say? Sorry, can I hear
And
you?
then we just
Sorry, what are you talking
all
about,
that-
Junior? What is it?
That's going to get better with time. It takes us a while to learn that kind of stuff and just re-engineer our minds or whatever. But
Can't
thank
see,
you guys
but we're
for watching.
nodding.
Oh yeah. Also, just say that like if you would like us to talk about anything, the idea of the arbiter just being a free form like talking about anything. I was thinking if he could also read off comments
Yeah,
that we might have.
Yeah, okay, I'll
So
do that.
if there's any comments on Instagram, if you're watching the clips or
YouTube or
on
SoundCloud.
YouTube, which will be the main one, and SoundCloud, please just give us some comments.
Some
And
comments
just
on
like,
what you want us to
subscribe,
talk about
share,
topics.
follow,
Yeah,
all
I mean,
that
like,
stuff.
obviously you do whatever, just like, subscribe, follow, get the notifications on. We're going to be pushing these out, I think. We're not sure how we're going to work it over the coming Christmas break, but, like, we're going to try get an episode out every Friday.
We will get an episode out every week.
Yeah.
Maybe
but
even two.
We're going to have to...
You
we're gonna have
don't
to-
know,
We're going to have
bruh.
to work on it over the Christmas break because we're off for a month. So we're going to have to figure out some stuff about that. But we'll sort something out for you guys. But let it be known that during the school year, you will get an episode every Friday. That's our promise to you guys. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I already said that. Like, subscribe, follow, do whatever you want to do. And peace.
See you later, guys.
See you later.